Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Next Gen VR. Today I'll be going over my favorite VR headset. Is it the Pimax 8KX or the Reverb G2? I'll be going over the pros and cons and ultimately my final verdict. So let's jump into the next generation. Before I get started, I just want to state that everything is my own opinion about this headset and my own experience. Some people will prefer different attributes and values over my attributes and values. So no one VR headset will be a universal fit for everyone, but this is, in my opinion, the best VR headset for my taste. So first I'll start with what I like and don't like about the Reverb G2. The first positive point for the G2 is that it has 4K resolution displays, it's slightly sharper than the Pimax 8KX, and the picture quality looks fantastically great. One downside is that the field of view is a bit smaller than the Valve Index and much smaller if you use the standard face gasket. Some other cons I've noticed with the G2 is that your options to improve performance on the headset are limited. You can reduce super sampling, but not much else to improve performance. Secondly, there's a bug where when I start a game like Half-Life Alyx, I get 45 FPS for some reason, and when I restart the computer, I get back to 90 FPS. So this is another frustration. Third frustration is that I like to use the Valve Index controllers, and so I have to remember to plug in the two USB dongles in order to get the controllers compatible with the G2. This is a step that's not needed for like Pimax 8KX. Another downside is the sweet spot is not quite perfect. It's you can definitely see that there's a little bit of blurriness on the far edges, but overall it's still sharp, but you really have to still align the headset to find the sweet spot. So another pro of the headset is that it's very light and comfortable. It's the most comfortable headset out of the box that I've ever tried. So that is another plus. Now to go over the pros and cons of the Pimax 8KX. Well, the pros are that there's a 4K resolution display and you have a huge 160-degree field of view. So right there you have almost the same quality as the G2, but with that way wider FOV. Some other pros is that there's more options to improve performance on the headset, like fixed foveated rendering and smart smoothing technology. So Pimax is really improved in these areas. And you can also adjust the panel backlight and other stuff like that. Some cons, though, is that the sweet spot could be better, but once you get it aligned, it's not too bad, and you can actually really enjoy the clarity of the headset. So I personally have found recently that using the thick face foam with my glasses, I actually get a better experience than the thin face foam. So you really need to experiment to find what's best for you. Now, I used to have my right eye not be as sharp as the left eye, but for now it seems that I've gotten both eyes to be mostly in the sharp spot of the lenses. So you do need a lot of experimentation to find the best alignment for you. So now I'm going to state which VR headset is finally the winner for my choice, for my daily driver. And I would have to say it's the Pimax 8KX. And my main reasons is that when I was playing Medal of Honor in this headset, I just felt so much more immersed. That wider field of view cannot be taken for granted, and that's because when you're looking at objects in VR, having that big FOV helps you really soak in the environment like you're actually there. And when you're turning around, looking around in the environment, that wide FOV makes it feel more real. So that's very important, and the G2 lacks in that. It's more restrictive. Another reason is that despite some of its downsides, like it's not the perfect headset, it's maybe a bit easier on the eyes in the G2. I still like the 8KX because the resolution still makes me go wow. The colors and the picture quality still is amazing at like the G2. So with that combined with the FOV, it just makes the whole experience that much better and immersive for me. So yeah, I would say that the Pimax 8KX is the winner for me personally. I am not a sim racer. I am not a flight sim enthusiast. I mostly play games like Half-Life Alyx, Medal of Honor, Pavlov, Beat Saber, games like that. And I find the 75 Hz to be just fine in native mode. Now, 90 hertz is obviously better on the G2, but with the Pimax, when you're running on larger FOV, you need more graphical performance. So the 75 hertz with large FOV cancels out any performance improvements over the G2, for example. But yeah, overall, I would say the G2 is a great VR headset for the money. Like, it's a great value, and that there's similar features between the two headsets. Just the 8KX is more immersive in a sense. Also, slightly bigger world scale in the G2. Sorry, in the 8KX. The 8KX feels like the world scale is more correct, I guess. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.